Here with Chris McKiernan from ViPlus Dairy, a nutritional milk powder manufacturer, and we're going to learn how to engage a domestic and an international market off the back of the Chinese International Import Expo. Chris, what was your experience at the CIIE?
Our experience at CIIE 2018 was fantastic. It was great for business. I think quite overwhelming on some days, the volume of people and traffic through the show. But in short, we wrote some business at the show in 2018. We're still developing leads and new business opportunities post the event, and probably will be leading up to this year's event as well. So overall, great experience, great for Australian businesses, and looking forward to the event in 2019.
And ViPlus Dairy, tell us more.
ViPlus Dairy is a milk powder manufacturer. I guess our business is based on nutritional milk powder manufacturing, which includes baby formula. We have a couple of rare and important licenses for our business to be able to export to the China market, and they include a CNCA license for exporting and a CFDA license specific for the baby formula. That's under a new regime of, brand rationalisation in the China market, and that is essentially reducing 2,500 brands in the baby formula space to around 400 globally. ViPlus Dairy was fortunate enough to obtain one of those licenses with 3 brands. So as of 2018, January last year, we have 3 brands in the marketplace, representing, local dairy farms and dairy milk from the Gippsland region. And also we have a goat product in the market for baby formula as well. So we're also marketing a lot of adult products, but I guess our hero products are our baby formula in the market at the moment.
And having done the CIIE once, what would you do differently the next time?
I think for us, we were fortunate enough to be joint, occupiers of a stand or a space. But in 2019, we've applied for our own space. We feel that we could showcase our products better this year, having our own space at CIIE. So we've done that, put an application in for 2019, and we hope to acquire a lot bigger space to showcase a lot more of our products. And also have the ability to showcase more information around our educational piece, educating consumers and buyers of the origins of our product. Product provenance is very important for the Chinese consumers in the milk powder product space. So for us, being able to have a better established space and a nicer presented space this year's event will be very important for us.
And we've only just met, though I am in obviously the video content creation space. The Providence story, could you talk to me about the importance of that? And more specifically, I know you've just using the Asia Gateway program to launch an official WeChat channel, and the Asia Gateway program is part of the Victorian government or the Global Victoria funding opportunities to support Australian businesses. Really 2 points to my question. One of them is for people who are hesitant to engage in government because they think there might be a lot of paperwork, what would you say to them?
I've found the Australian government in many different markets that we operate in, not just China, as extremely helpful. I think apart from being market ready in all markets, including China, I feel, in my experiences, the more effort and time and energy you put into developing markets for us in Southeast Asia, you get threefold back in terms of time, energy and support from those Victorian government agencies. So I've got nothing but praise for the connections I've made and the support that I have. I think growing our business throughout Southeast Asia this year as well, and late last year, all of the 6 or 7 new countries we're now marketing and selling into have been off the back of either trade missions, government support, business connections that I've first been introduced to, but obviously as a business we've had to develop and manage those connections as well. So I think if you're giving a little bit and proven that you're market ready and you're eager and willing to put the time and effort in, VicGov and the Food and Fibre team will certainly do as much as they can to help and support you to market. In addition to the Gateway, Asian Gateway program you mentioned, the business matching dollar for dollar is a fantastic initiative. We are launching an official WeChat platform. We have 2 or 3 in China at the moment, a lot smaller platforms, but our new official WeChat platform will be Australian based, so we'll push out Australian content and the ability to have such a comprehensive WeChat platform valued at around $40,000 with us as a business only investing 20 of that on that new scheme is amazing. So it's a fantastic way to enter the China market, even by utilising WeChat as a platform to connect and communicate your brand values and your USPs. So definitely those 2 initiatives are very important for the China market, but also throughout Southeast Asia with the Australia team.
And even Bravo Charlie's a business voucher provider for the advanced manufacturing processes as well through the business voucher program, and federal government's entrepreneurs program is another one that spreads across the whole country nationally. And here we've got the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, we've got the Victorian government business offices, there are 22 around the world and 16 of them throughout Asia. It's just phenomenal support. And you mentioned being market ready, and you led to a few things. The question was posed here, should I go to the CIIE if I'm not potentially market ready? And you said there's something that annoys potential Chinese consumers. How would you define being market ready? Could you talk to that?
Certainly. I think the definition for me and my experience being market ready, even with a new product launch, is that product available to get into market immediately upon your customer placing an order, or soon after that. If not, if that's a hard question to answer or a difficult question to answer, then I think having a definitive timeline when that will be. And I think to enable you to do provide that information, you have to be market ready by having your registrations in place for the China market, and that can take some time. Having done your market research, having a marketing strategy program, having your price matrix system in place, a very clearly defined offline and online channel. There's lots of concerns from the offline space that online will always be cheaper than offline, so you need to be able to answer and respond to those questions, and that is all about having a really strong business plan and being market ready in all sense of the word, from product to placement in the marketplace. So in reference to the CIIE and attending that event, not being market ready, it just means it is a bit of market research for you, and you will inevitably connect with buyers that won't be able to access your product for potentially 6 to 12 months, maybe longer, and you will lose that opportunity because there are alternatives from other countries. So if you're promoting and developing an Australian-made product, I would recommend that you are market ready with your products. When you hit CIIE, you can hit the ground running. And if you've got interested partners in your business, new opportunities for distribution networks throughout China, you're ready to go, you're ready to export. And I think ultimately that's generally why you want to enter the market in China. You want to be able to grow your business strategically, but it can be a very profitable exercise. And I would recommend just take the time, get everything in place first, then launch into the China market in a couple of these great government initiative trade events, particularly CIIE, knowing that you can deliver to buyers when they want the product.
And if you're a regular viewer of my interviews, you'll have heard ad nauseum now that engaging the domestic Chinese market, if you have any aspirations for engaging an international Chinese market, is absolutely critical. And you told me some amazing things. Could you take us through some of the way you're engaging the local domestic Chinese market?
Yeah, certainly. ViPlus Dairy does engage a lot with the local Chinese community here in Melbourne, and that could be in the form of sponsoring various events, Chinese university students in their sports activities. We also sponsor Miss Victoria pageants and so forth, which is not always beauty pageants, but it's also around what people are doing in the community. So we support events like that. We also have some amazing road trips. We know that Chinese love road trips, so we've got a nice drive from Melbourne down to Gippsland, where our factory is based, and a nice road trip with either Daigos or potentially business buyers, consumers. We make that a nice day where we showcase not only what ViPlus has to offer, but also the Gippsland dairy region as a whole. That could be a nice day trip, an overnight at the RSCV club down on the peninsula. So we try to showcase, Victorian agriculture as a whole, but specifically the location of our factory, where we make our product, where we source our materials, and that is a great touch and feel and sensory experience for Chinese consumers and buyers when they visit. So that's a very important strategy that we use. In addition to a big, strong digital strategy such as WeChat, we obviously represented our product on JDs. We do a lot of e-marketing through that platform as well. So lots of different strategies. In addition to the trade missions, CIIE, it is very much a broad approach, both digitally and B2C. For us, that's really the focus for us in 2019.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for your time.
No problem. You're welcome.